that I love the world. I love the world because God lives in me and He loves them. And I am so equipped and ready in the receiving of the love of God. It is shed abroad in my heart, and I want to touch the world. Well, how can I touch the world? Is it just my preaching? Is it just my praying? Or is there another way to touch them? And when you get prosperity and finances in that light, that's the light you want to see it in. Does God want us blessed? Absolutely, because if I got nothing, I can't give anything. The Bible says we're supposed to give according to what we have.
Amen.
But if I have nothing, how can I give? Now, this is not a word of condemnation if you don't have anything physical. Okay? This is a word of liberty and freedom, because the gospel is what? It is good news.
Amen.
Okay? And in my life, I grew up in a home where, we were not the most affluent people. All right? Even since we've been married, I was working at Rhema. I was working in the carpentry shop. I was working for a church. Let me just say it that way. Churches don't always pay the best.
That's right.
Sometimes they don't pay at all.
Right.
Some people come and they just volunteer. They never get paid for what they do. And sometimes it's because the church can't do more. It's not because they don't want to do more. They want to have paid positions, but they don't have more coming in. Okay? I grew up in a family, or I've been working on a ministry for 9 years. I don't think Rhema pays what they really want to pay. Okay? And this is my testimony, whenever we first got married and Caleb was born, before we ever had him, we said, you know what? Whenever we have kids, we want you, Kaylee, to stay home. We were in agreement. We want her to stay home with the kids, help bring up the kids, help train the kids. We don't want some daycare. No offense if your kids are in daycare. But for us, we wanted to have our kids at home taught by their mother. Kaylee's done homeschool. Next year she's actually doing it. Caleb did public school last year because it's good to be a light in the world. That's what the Lord told us. I'm like, I don't want to send him to public school. What are you talking about? We sent him to public school to be a light. Okay? But when Caleb was born, she stopped working. Now, I was already working at Rhema, and I was earning under $20 an hour. Well under $20 an hour. I'll just say that. Well under. A lot closer to the other end. All right? Single. I'm the only one working. Okay? We just had this baby, and before he came, we were doing all right. We had an apartment. We had some money. We were doing okay. We had some money in the bank. And he came along, and it's like, okay, God, she's not working anymore.
Yeah.
And we have to move in an apartment. So we're in a one-bedroom apartment. We got a kid. We need a two-bedroom apartment. And there is these nicer apartments on the other side of town. The Lord led us to move over there. But when we moved, and this was really for me, other than, how faithfully since I'm a kid giving tithes and offerings and seeing halfway results of, okay, God's providing, but maybe not anything really supernatural. How many of y'all have seen that? I grew up in the church. People faithful to give tithes and offerings. And things will last longer. Things will make it, the devourers rebuked and everything like that, and seeing some results. But not like, whoa. Like every once in a while you might see it, whoa. But it was like, it's all right. But sometimes it's like, is the tithing and offerings doing anything? Well, part of the problem in that is what the Lord showed me. It's really good. And this is really just an introduction to the whole subject of finances. I'm trying to whet your appetite, get you in the Word, because I can't do it in one day. It took me years of studying. It's still taking me years. I'm still studying it. But what he showed me is in the church, a lot of times when we talk or think about money in the church, we think about tithes and offerings. We think about giving.